Okay, we've already done the exponential functions. I was about to do them again, but now we're going to do logs. Here is your formal definition of what a logarithm is, okay? It's basically rewriting our things in terms of exponential versus logarithmic in order for us to solve it, okay? So if I look at letter A, I have 8 in my base, so either think your little circle. So I have 8 to the x power is equal to 4, or if you think the first to the last is the middle, if you have Miss Roeder, that's what she says. So now I need to rewrite my bases. I need to rewrite 8 and I need to rewrite 4 because I don't know 8 to a power, that's going to give me 4, right? So how could I rewrite 8 and 4 to have the same base? 2, right? I could write 2 to the third raised to the x power is equal to 2 squared. Yes? Okay. Then I have 3x is equal to 2. So x is equal to 2/3. Okay. Cool. Letter B. Try it out. Try out letter B quick by yourselves. I'm seeing a lot of this, which is good. And then I see a lot of x equals 2.
Oh my goodness. Is that right?
That's right. However, there's another answer. Plus or minus 2. Because if I plug it back in, right? This is an equation. This was a question on your quiz, right? If I have an equation and I have an even exponent, when I take the even root of that side, I get 2 answers because if I plug it back in, 2 to the 4th power is 16 and negative 2 to the 4th power is also 16, okay? So that is your answer. Will this happen if it's an odd exponent? If this was x to the 3rd power, can I have 2 answers then? No. Okay, very good. All right, last one here. I've got 4 to the 3/2 power is equal to x. This is something we should be able to evaluate without a calculator, right? This bottom number here is my base of my root, right? So I'm taking the square root of 4 to the 3rd power, which equals 2 to the 3rd power, which gives me 8. Okay. On your quiz that you will take, all the questions will be able to be done without a calculator. Okay, you will not get a calculator on the quiz. So, if you get to problems where you do have to use a calculator, those kind of questions on your homework will not be on your quiz. Make sense? Cool. All right. Looking at example number 2 here. Okay, this is part of those ones that we're going to have some that we're going to use a calculator, some that we're not. So grab your calculators out. The ones that you are going to do on your calculator is A, D, and C. Okay, now there are 2 C's there, so look at the one that I highlighted. Those are the 3 that I want you to try out on your calculator real quick. Okay, if you're not sure where the log button is, ask someone sitting next to you or ask me. But there's a log button and there's a natural log button. They will give you different answers, so make sure you are clicking on the correct one. And let's just round to the, let's do 4 decimal places. So round to 4 decimal places on these 3 answers for me. Do we got those 3 answers that are up there? Yes? Oh, dokes, very good. These last 3 we should be able to do without a calculator. So we're just evaluating this. So basically we're thinking, okay, the log, if there's no base, that's a log base 10 of 0.1 is equal to something, okay? I usually like to just put a box here. You could put x if you wanted to. And I think 10 to what power is going to give me 0.1? Well, think about 0.1 as a fraction. What is 0.1 as a fraction? 1/10, right? So 10 to what power gives me a fraction of 1 over 10? What's that variable, or what's that box going to be? Negative 1. Okay. The other b that is underneath it, because apparently I don't know how to write letters, the natural log of e is the same thing as log base e of e to the 10th, right? This is a property here of logs. If I have the same base, what happens? They cancel each other out, right? So we're left with just 10. This is the same thing as if I had like e to the natural log of 10, right? These also would cancel each other out and we're left with 10. Okay, so that's another property about logs, if you forgot that.
Why does it just say
And our last one here is the second letter C. Natural log of the square root of e is the same as log base e of the square root of e. Okay, I can rewrite the square root of e as e to the 1/2. So if you're thinking what goes in this box, e to what power gives me e to the 1/2? 1/2. Okay, so this is equal to 1/2. Okay, now I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time right now. I want you to work on the homework problems on Schoology from 1 to 51. Now, it's not 1 to 51 all, okay? There's some problems in there that they're skipped and blah, blah, blah. So I want you to start working on these right now before we move on to the next stuff, just to kind of break it up a little bit so you don't have to listen to me talk the entire time. So go ahead and start working on that. I'll give you guys about 10-ish minutes, and then we'll come back together and finish off the examples, okay? The example 3 here, we are expanding our logs using these 3 properties, product rule, quotient rule, and power rule, okay? Starts off easy, gets a little bit more difficult as you move on. So stay with me or work ahead of me, either one. Log of 8x being multiplied together, so I'm going to expand it by using what operation? Addition. Log of 8 plus log of x. That's it. Letter B, log base 9 of 15 divided by 7. I would subtract those using division. Means I subtract with the same base. We okay on those two? Okay. Letter C, 8 is technically a square root, right? How could I rewrite that to have an exponent instead? 1/2. So this would become 1/2 log base 5 of 8. This 1/2 comes down in front with our power rule. Okay. Letter D is log of 0.1, but there's no base, so we assume it's what base? 10. Okay. And 0.1, how could I rewrite that? 1/10. I could rewrite this as log base 10 of 1/10. Okay. So we could do it with the quotient rule. We could also rewrite this as log base 10 of what? 10 to the -1 power. Okay. So either one is fine. When you are expanding it, you'll get the same answer in the end. It might just look a little different. Okay. So for the second one here, I take that -1, I move it down in front. So this would give me -1 log base 10 of 10. This one up top, if I use my quotient rule, I would get log base 10 of 1 minus log base 10 of 10. You end up with the same answer, but it's just written slightly different. Cool. Also remember, if it's log base 10 of 10, these things cancel each other out, and you're left with what? 1. Yep. Okay, but you don't actually need to do that. It just said to expand it. Okay. Letter E. Same thing here. I've got 2 to log base 2 of 3. So I can't actually expand that. These two things are just going to simplify out, and I'm left with just 3. Okay. Those have the same base. So they are opposites of each other. They're inverses. They get rid of each other. Okay, letter F, we've got 4 different variables here. Log base A of x divided by y times z. So for division, I'm going to use what operation? Subtraction. For multiplication down in the bottom, I'm going to use addition, right? So try that out. If I were to write this out, log base A of x minus log base A of y plus log base A of z with parentheses around it because I'm dividing by the entire quantity of y times z. Yes? Good. All right, letter G. I've got the cube root of m to the second. It's a lot of stuff. How can I rewrite to have just the base of m to a power? M to the 3/2 power. Wait, 2/3 power, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. The root is always your denominator, okay? But then if I've got a power, I got to move that down in front. So your final answer would just be 2/3 log base A of m. Okay, this last one, there's really not quite enough space for you guys to write this one down, so I apologize. So if you need more space down below, we won't take up all this space, so you can feel free to write it down there, or just really zoom in on your iPad. If I have the nth root, could I rewrite that as x cubed y to the 5th divided by z to the m raised to a power?
One more time.
I said that a lot of words. If I rewrote this with my stuff underneath the nth root, what would this all be raised to the power of? Instead of the nth root, 1 over n. Do you guys agree? Yeah, I kind of said it really fast, so. Okay, so there's kind of a few different ways that you can do this. You'll still get the same answer in the end. We could either move the negative 1/n in front first, or we can, oh wait, did I say negative?
Move it out front.
I didn't mean to say negative, it's positive. You don't have to right away. You could distribute it first, here, here, and here. And then you'll eventually have to move it out first. But that's kind of how I did it. Is that how you guys would have probably started too? Or would you have moved the 1 over n first out? Move it first? Let's move it first. So let's move the 1 over n out front. So I get 1 over n log base b of this whole thing. Okay, now every single time you rewrite log base b, you're going to have to take that 1 over n with it, okay? So on top here, I've got x to the 3rd times x to the 5th, which means I'm going to rewrite that with addition, right? So I've got 1 over n log base b of x to the 3rd plus 1 over n log base b of y to the 5th. And then I have to do what operation when I'm dividing? Subtract. So subtract 1 over n log base b of z to the m. Now, do I need to have parentheses around those first two in blue? I don't need to, right? Because if I'm looking at order of operations, I'm adding from left to right and subtracting, right? Excuse me. So you do not need parentheses around that blue part there. You can if you want to. Yeah. Okay. Then our last piece, I've got an exponent for every single one of these. So all of those exponents need to go where? In front. Okay. So technically it's 5 times 1 over n, 3 times 1 over n, and m times 1 over n, right? So our final answer would be 3 over n log base b of x plus 5 over n log base b of y minus m over n log base b of z. Just make sure you're careful with all your signs, making sure you're moving things in the correct spot, because there's a lot of places here you can make silly mistakes, okay? Cool. Next example is we are using properties to write it as a single log. So it's expanded. We want to write it all together. So we're going in reverse, okay? So I've got all the same bases here. So now I'm just going to look at what is the sign that's happening and change that depending on what my rule is. So if I am adding things with the same base, what operation am I doing? Multiplication. So I like to put a little multiplication symbol there so I don't forget. I am multiplying x plus 2, the quantity of x plus 2 times x. And then subtraction, I am doing division. So divide by 2. And you're done. You don't need to do any simplifying or any distributing there. We're just writing it as one base. That's all it wants. Okay, go ahead and try out letter B. All right, did we all get this for letter B? Good stuff. Letter C.
I did it. I don't know if it's right, but
Wait, what did I do?
log base on B.
Oh, sorry, it should be log base A, shouldn't it? Huh. Thanks. There we go. All right, you guys think you can do C?
No.
I'm gonna let you guys try it. I'm gonna take all of my numbers in front and make them powers again first. Some of you guys might have put the square root of m. That's fine too. And then since we're adding, what operation do I do when I'm adding? Multiplication. Now, the important part here is that you have the 2n in parentheses because I'm multiplying that whole thing to the power of 3/2. And then subtraction, I'm going to divide everything by m squared n. And it doesn't say we need to simplify anything, so that's it. We're done. We wrote it as a single log, so we can move on. So your change of base rule basically says that if I have something to a base of whatever, and I can't evaluate it on the calculator, I can't evaluate it in my head, right? There is a change of base formula, which is this, log base b of x over log base b of a, so that way we can figure out what the answer is, okay? Because if I look at letter A, if I wanted to evaluate this, and I pretend that there's like something over here, 5 to what power is equal to 17? Does anyone know that? No, it's going to be some sort of decimal, okay? So we can't figure this out, so we have to use a calculator to answer it, okay? But we cannot change, like on your calculator, you can change the cube root to be the 7th root, to be whatever root you want. We can't change the base of a log in our calculator. So we have to use our formula, which is just saying we're taking the log of the big number, which is 17, divided by the log of our base, which is 5.
So you just put that into your calculator?
You just plug that in your calculator. So take log of 17 divided by log of 5, and we should get, round to the nearest 4 decimal places again, you should end up getting 1.7604. Okay, so try that out. Let me know if you do not get that. So let's see. What was that again? I'm just going to write that on here. So on your calculator, it's math, option A. It says log base. Or what does it say? It says what?
It says log base parentheses.
Log base parentheses. And then you can change the base on your calculator, supposedly. But try out one more time using the change of base formula or the change of base rule to evaluate this expression right here. So that would be log of 0.1 divided by log of 2 and approximate that to 4 decimal places. All right. Okay, so that is it for the notes. The homework is posted on school sheet. You guys have the rest of the class, which is about 33 minutes to get a good amount of that done. Hopefully all of it done, or a majority of it. The homework is to finish. Yes, it says logarithms and Unit 2 Formative 1 review. So make sure you do the whole thing. Okay.